Hello, everyone, and most welcome to another episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2, where this time we will be driving again to Poland. And behind us we have a driller, and let's hope that we can deliver it without a scratch to Poland. Okay, and right now we are in Norway, more specifically in Molde. So this is the driller that we need to bring. It's not that far, just 1,400 kilometers. And as you can see, we are still on the Pro mods mod, which is now one of my favorite mods because of the intense gameplay it brings along. Like the whole Europe is now available to you. And I must say that I'm very happy with the level of engagement with everyone. Some of you guys come along daily. A few days ago we've been doing the Portal 2 series again, but right now we are back on the Euro Truck Simulator 2 series. Okay. Later on we'll be taking the ferry down to, I believe it will be Germany. And then from Germany we will take another road trip all the way into Poland. As you can see, our destination is Gorzow, Wielkopolski. This is the town of Molde. Very beautiful with all those yachts. Now we can turn left if we want, but I'm going straight ahead. If it stays green, of course. Yes, it does. Good. I'm confused. I think I need to take a boat here. Okay. There it is. Too bad we can't see the boat. It's always nicer if we can actually, see it approaching, opening its gates, and what? see here again, there's no boat or anything. Anyway. Good. Seems like an automated system, that is very nice. I hope Michael will come and say hello. Or maybe Gosper will come and say hello once again. Or maybe Ash. Sometimes I really want to take another road where I'm not supposed to go, just to find out how it looks like over there. How am I gonna do that? I think I have no choice but to go a bit over this thing. Nope. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. I expect to need to sleep one time. I hope we can do it on the ferry. So then we don't need to find any parking space. Then we can just keep on driving, of course. Because the trip is just 1,400 kilometers in total, so should be able to manage that, right? Yeah, we're allowed 80, but that truck before us is not driving that fast. Okay, let's speed up to 80. I'm surprised that there's no speed limit here. Is this a glitch in the game, or is this just me being lucky? Oh, now there is a speed limit. See, what would happen if I would just, go to the left and take that little road over there? When I was much younger, like a kid, one of the first racing games that I played was Lotus. It was on a floppy disk, and there is also one racetrack where you cross some kind of smaller rural road, and I always tried with my car to get into it, but of course it's not possible. But then I had a dream about it, that I was actually able to drive into it. And then in my dream I discovered a whole new town, a society, with a market and nice people, and I was able to visit them. How old was I? Less than 12, maybe 10. And we had our very first computer. And I remember the very first things that I loved to do on our Windows 3.1 was Notepad. I loved to type stuff. But then I had my older brother who was always deleting my files, and then I had to redo it, and then he deleted it again. I had a horrible older brother, a real bully. I'm not close to my brother, my older brother. Not at all. I've never been into his new house when it was fully renovated. He also never invited me. We also don't say congratulations when it's a birthday or anything. Nothing. Another games we played on that computer, well, there was Microsoft DOS, but you also had some other games on it, like Commander Keen, or Cosmos, or Jill, King of the Jungle, or Queen of the Jungle, I don't know what it was, or King of the Hill, or I don't know. Oh, I get it. Well, one more month and then I'm going back to Belgium for the holiday season. Not sure how I'm feeling about it. Because I still don't have any income for a year now. And I really feel horrible about it. I tried having my own company, but you know, we just couldn't get revenue, so really feel disappointed. About my own company and stuff like that. This is now our 4th month in live gaming, live streaming, but I'm not sure if I can continue doing this since we're now over 120 live streams already, but looks like we still don't have an audience that is big enough. There are like only 2 or 3 people who actually come and watch, say hello, and that is obviously not enough to keep going. As of now, I still don't have an alternative. My roommate earlier said to me, came with an idea for me, and he said security guard. I was like, what the hell? I just closed my door. What the hell? Me, a security guard? Come on. Because, you know, security guards are notoriously underpaid in Thailand. I couldn't believe my ears when he said that. And it was not a joke. It really appeared like he thought that it was a genuinely good idea for me to work 12 hours a day for 6 days a week. Reminds me of another friend of mine from the Netherlands who was working as a, you know, internet technician who comes at your home to install your modem and stuff. Also said to me, yeah, come, become a technician, but I have a master's in management. What am I gonna do? Why would that be an interesting job, you know? Being on the road all the time, going to people, installing their internet. No, I can't do it. That's when you realize that some friends really aren't real friends. They just really don't understand your situation. And sometimes that's the time that you have to let them go, when you notice that actually they're not capable of truly understanding you. And that there is a time to separate you from them. And that can be a huge disappointment, but on the other hand, it's also some relief. You know, because when you get rid of friends that are not actually friends, then you get room for other people who get a chance to spend time with you. Because the problem for me is not necessarily finding a job. The challenge for me is to keep a job. That is for me a true challenge. And I always lose my job. I have never been able to keep my job or try not to get fired. And the reason is that I always became very sick all the time. When I was working at the airport, at some point I had like 42 sick leave days a year, which is incredible. At some point they find ways to let you go, of course. I didn't do nothing. Oh, I see. Sorry about that. What happened? I don't fully understand why I can't keep going. Okay. I'm really disappointed, you know. You easily get damage, and sometimes it's so easy, so difficult, I'm sorry, to get your truck scratch free to its destination. No, what can we do? It's not only the getting sick that is a problem. I have a lot of difficulty interacting with other people, and despite a lot of my efforts to learn it, it seems that still people are getting highly uncomfortable with me. When I was 18 years old, I tried to become a train driver, but I failed the psychological test. The computer tests were fine, but the psychological test wasn't okay, so that's one of the reasons why I'm thinking, what's the point in doing those tests again? It was a psychological test that I failed, so that was a serious, kick in my balls back then, because being a train driver was one of my childhood dreams. So yeah, when I didn't, when I wasn't able to do that kind of job, then okay, I changed to IT, went back to school, and then got a bachelor's in multimedia. It was quite difficult to get there, but I managed. Then got my first job at McDonald's when I was going for my master's in electronics IT, but you know, at McDonald's they said that I had to put my hands on my head, look who's under it, and be happy that I could work at McDonald's. And that was for me the trigger to say, okay, I have to find another job. Then I got a job in IT. You know, it was a retailer. I was a PHP developer, which was quite difficult to work with my team leader, because of course he needs to decide if you can get a full contract or if you can get a raise. So it was very difficult for me to criticize him or his decisions or question him. For example, at some point in time he said that we were trying to, increase the speed of the website, and so he ordered me to remove white space in PHP files. And now I really had something like, what the fuck? Removing white space isn't going to, improve the speed of a website considerably or noticeably. Maybe like a billionth of a second, maybe, but I'm not joking. These are the things that I had to deal with, and it was really hard for me not to say something to him. So it was also quite stressful, and I always got sick, more and more sick, and then at some point I could feel it that my presence there was no longer appreciated, because at some point I felt bullied, and I went to the HR officer and I said, actually, I don't think that I really like working here. And he wasn't interested in what I had to say or why or what happened. He just said, Matt, find another job. And that was the only thing that he wanted to say about it. and then you know that you have to find another job. And then I started looking for another job, doing some stuff in Drupal. Drupal is a content management system to build a website in and make it easy to manage the content and stuff. Many websites are built on Drupal, by the way. And so I applied for a job at a nice company, but you know, they were based in like 2 apartments that were somehow connected to each other. So it wasn't really a good space to work. It was more like, yeah, like we were all crammed up with like 20 people in one big, let's say, living room or lounge. And we were not allowed to speak out loud. So if you wanted to say something to a colleague who was sitting right next to you, you were forced to use Skype. So nobody was allowed to talk out loud because you were just crammed up with so many people. At our table we were with 4, behind us they were with 6. And then on the other table they were also with 6, sometimes with 8, depending on if there were, you know, interns coming or freelancers who did some temporary work. It was really stressful and annoying because you had to do things that you were only expected to learn everything in just 2 days. So only the first 2 days were actually like training, and then you had to do everything on the same speed as the others did, but that was well completely impossible. And you know, because of the stress I got sick all the time, and at some point they just ended my contract. I was on probation, 6 months, I don't know how you call it, you know, like a temporary contract of 6 months, and then you can get a full contract if they're happy. But at the end of those 6 months, I got laid off. Which was very, very stressful to me because it was a very hard time for me to pay for my apartment. Because the benefits that you get from being unemployed, they decrease very, very quickly until like 800 or 900 euros. But you know, my apartment and my fixed costs, you know, for electricity and gas, water, they were already like 900 euros, so I had to find a job, or there was no way I could make ends meet. I had to. Did a lot of job applications, nobody was interested anymore. Oh, at first they were enthusiasts, but then suddenly after the job interview, then when I called back a week later, then suddenly they turned 180 degrees and they weren't interested anymore. I was really surprised. I was like, "Huh, what happened?" But then in the end I found a job again at an even worse company where, you know, the team leader was just a guy who was only into Drupal for less than 2 years, only 1 year and a half or so, and he just learned it in evening school. And actually he was a chef before. He worked at a restaurant, and they made him somehow team leader, who came with the most unbelievable ways to build a website. And so it was very hard for me to, you know, keep my mouth shut and show respect to him. it appeared to me that he immediately saw that he was less experienced than I was at that time, and so somehow he saw me as a threat or something. He was afraid that he would lose his job as a team leader, and so he yeah, well, at some morning I arrived at work and I said good morning and nobody was replying to me, and then I knew, okay, well, they want me to leave. And then I asked him, look, can we have a conversation? And I told him, look, it's not working out clearly, so I would like you to be honest with me and not play any games or, you know, bully me away, stuff like that. I'm not sure I did mention that, but you know what I mean. It's like we have a conversation, like, if it's not working out, I prefer that we end it now. And he was so happy that I was leaving, so yeah, I left. I think a few years ago they went bankrupt, so the company no longer exists, and geez, I wonder how. Bunch of idiots. By the way, it looks like we need to find a parking space to sleep. Ah, we have one right there at the tollway. Hold on. Am I able to go through here? Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can take a break here. Why isn't it working? Maybe it's just only that one? I find it hard to believe. Oh. No, but I can't. Look. Maybe it's because that other truck is just standing there, you know? Ugh. There's the border, we can sleep there instead. Sorry dude, I'm just pissed. You know, losing a job is terrible. And losing a job a second time is also terrible. But you know, then I said to myself, you know what, let's fuck it, IT, let's do something else that I really love, and that was airplanes. So I told myself, let's just find a job at the airport, doesn't matter whatever it is, even if it's at the store or whatever, I'm gonna do it. And so I did find a job at the airport, as a ramp supervisor. That was great fun, but also quite stressful, so I was sick all the time. Finally, we can sleep. Alright, I'm gonna get a Coke, so I'll see you guys in a couple moments. Alright, let's continue our journey. Ah, look, now it's a beautiful Thursday morning. I think we just follow this road here to get out. Looks like a fire station or something. Oops. Thank you. Let's go outside. There's a lot of light, so we can enjoy the view. So now we're in Sweden, so I believe that the ferry shouldn't be too far anymore. If you would like to see the world map, you can always ask me, guys. Live chat is open. Looks like we still need to sleep one more time because it says time remaining is still 15 hours of driving. I think it will all depend on the boat trip, how many kilometers we can win, and also how much time we can win, because resting time counts when you take a boat. So yeah, after my job at the airport, I couldn't find the strength anymore to work for another company. Actually, I got my master's in the meantime, and then I started applying for a job as a master's, but unfortunately, nobody was interested. I wanted to do something in consultancy, business consultancy, but unfortunately they always had better candidates from better institutions or better backgrounds or better experience, so I just don't make a chance. And yeah, it's quite painful because you've invested so much money and time in, getting a master's, but then you still get to hear, oh, but you're still worthless to us. There's nothing we can do with you. It's really really painful. I also did some courses of IATA. I have an IATA diploma in leadership, and I also have a certificate in airline revenue management, and I also have a certificate in aviation management. But when I tried many times to apply for a job at Brussels Airlines, but at some point they didn't even check my application. I always got some automated message from some no reply email address that oh, you weren't chosen. Feedback? No feedback. They didn't even read it. Maybe they get, I think for every position that they have, maybe they have like 100 or 200 resumes, and they say, well, when in the first 100 resumes or application letters that they get, when they have like 30 very good candidates, they just throw the rest in the bin. Not even open it. You don't have the time to check hundreds of resumes just for one position. So yeah, it's quite painful, but then I found something new in crypto, at the end of 2020. The crypto boom started. Then I did something with that, and that was a nice income. But then after that I said, okay, well, I need to diversify, because it's not gonna last. So then I started last year my own company in animation. We started a project, but the freelancers are hired from Philippines. They just kept on going and going and going, and after 10 months they barely finished the first episode of 20 minutes of animation. I said, I have to stop this, I'm running out of cash. So then, yeah, you have to do something else with your time. And one of the things I could do was, being a programmer. But I noticed that so many things have changed in IT in the past 10 years. Everything became mobile. I remember when I was studying for my bachelor's in multimedia, it was just for desktop and laptop computers. There was no such thing as a smartphone. There was no such thing as an iPad. And then in our third year, Apple launched the iPad. And it was such a huge success now, and then you had a whole bunch of tablets, and then at that time we were already graduated, so we missed the boat. Now they have all those frameworks. I really need to learn them all over again. And everything's HTML5, and when we were at school we were pushed to do XHTML. But now there's not a single company that I have ever worked with that uses XHTML. Everybody is working with HTML5. I was really wondering, like, why haven't we ever done anything with HTML5? Why haven't we ever done anything with a framework like Bootstrap or jQuery? No, nothing. That's the problem with education and schools. That the most schools are really bullshit with bullshit teachers and bullshit professors. They don't care about the quality of their teaching. They don't care about the curriculum. Just there to sit and take money. They don't give a shit about students. Never ever have been. I've never felt any respect or appreciation from faculty staff. But yeah, what can you do? I actually considered applying for a job as a teacher in higher education, but I saw that you had to be in your top 20% of your class to be considered as a valuable candidate, as being a teacher. I wasn't in the top 20% of the class. So I didn't bother to try to get a job. So I was very tired after I got my master's and still not being able to get the job that I wanted, nor in aviation, nor in management or anything like that, or consultancy, never. I was really sad about it. And then I decided, okay, let's just try for the government. Working for the government is maybe a good idea. So then I applied for a job for data specialist. Like artificial intelligence and neural networks and all kinds of stuff. So I arrived at those testing center. And yeah, I was not the only one, of course. There were like 100 candidates. And there were like only 20 that they were about to hire. And those tests were really difficult. I passed on the first part, which were just cases. But then the second part, the technical part, I failed horribly on that, unfortunately. So of course I wasn't considered. And so yeah, that was no longer an option. Now I'm running out of options. Now I'm doing this live stream gaming with games that I like. But as you notice, the live chat is still empty. And I can't blame anyone for that. But I'm running out of options now. What else can I do? Sometimes I just don't know, and I've given myself a new chance time after time after time, but what's the point in giving myself another chance? Sometimes I think you just have to accept that you're never going to have the ability to make your dreams come true. Not everyone accomplishes his or her dreams. Many people have failed, and many people die trying. They always say, try not to give up, try to keep going, but there are people who die trying to keep going and still not make it. Sooner or later your heart stops beating. It's always set way too easy. Like, no, just keep trying, just give yourself another chance, blah blah blah. Just keep searching, just keep looking, but you know. The question is, what's the point? Because if I'm lucky to get hired at a very nice job, and I get sick again all the time, then it won't take 2 years until I'm out of a job once again. So like I said in the beginning of this live stream, the challenge for me is not to get hired. The real challenge for me is to keep my job. The challenge is not to lose my job. And that is gonna be harder than I thought. I once had a discussion with a nurse at a psychiatric hospital who told me, "Well, but Matt, don't you worry, I haven't been successful either." And I said, "But you are successful. You've never received your C4, and the C4 is the form that you get when you get fired." So what I meant is, of course you're successful. You've been a nurse for all these years. You never got fired. And so I'm quite sure that I can't continue much longer here in Thailand. I have a one-way ticket back to Belgium. But when I'm back in Belgium, I really don't know what to do next. I've given it my best shot, but I'm out of options. Or like, you know, Scott said, security guard. Oh yeah, just sit on a chair 12 hours a day, paid almost nothing. 1 day a week free and notoriously underpaid. Yeah, okay. When he said that, I said, I'd rather die, you know. It was really, really painful when he came with that, like, security guard. Come on. An IT guy like me, and then saying, oh yeah, why don't you become a security guard? Like, that is a serious option. I have a very good friend of mine who is a security guard, and also my youngest brother did it. So I know what it's like. That's why I also know that actually it's no fun to be a security guard. And my brother told me about when in the middle of the night where he needs to deal with drunk people who are annoying. It's also quite dangerous sometimes, you know. You never know at night who is there, and if you're a security guard but there is someone who's trying to, you know, steal. It's not the first time that the security guard gets attacked when he speaks to someone who is behaving inappropriately. Yeah, I really felt disappointed when he said security guard. Maatilah Egres. Egres stands for acres. Maatilah, that's something I don't know. Molde. You know what, they should improve the GPS. That would make me happy if the GPS would be better. I'm a bit surprised that we are still in Sweden. Like, we are going to Poland, right? I thought we would be taking you know, a ferry down at Norway, but we are still in Sweden. Like, where the fuck are we going? Looks like we're gonna take a boat somewhere else and then take a ferry down to Poland directly or something? I don't know. Oh wait, I think it comes into sight. Seems like, yes, I can see the seaport already. Oh, finally we're there. I will fill up the gas tank in Poland. It's probably cheaper than in Sweden. Because here in Sweden they have those ridiculous taxes. Michael told me that. Vectors. Wielkopolski discovered. Yeah. Okay. This is just a company. Contacts. Yeah, need to go to Poland, I guess. Oh yeah, now it makes more sense. I thought we would be going to Kristiansand, and then take a boat to Hirtshals, and then Denmark, Germany, and so forth. But apparently we drove all the way here to Malmö. 7 hours. Good. Okay, first thing on our list, get our gas tank filled up. Oh no, it's only on 177 kilometers. We don't have to fill it up yet. We can just go to our final destination and then we're there. Yeah, let's do that. Seems like it's midnight. I'm confused. Pardon me. That's my mistake. I wasn't looking. I wasn't paying attention. Another percentage of damage. Great. Okay, here we are. Looks like I took the wrong thing. Oh, fuck it. Screw it. Next time. Okay, 181 kilometers. Is it a train or something? Yeah, on the left there is a train apparently. Well, we're almost there. A cap full date. Oh my. Okay. That's a beautiful bridge here, with those lights. Very calming, blue and green. You can still drive around 400 kilometers with the gas tank that we have. That is more than enough. Sometimes I think that no, I'm not gonna say it. In case Casper is here, I don't want him to hear it. Sorry for that. The thing is, we're almost there, and then we can have a short break, and then start up another live stream. Maybe another game, who knows? Sometimes I really want to die. The question is always, am I quitting or am I just not quitting? If you know, in the United States they have SEAL training, and there they really test you to your limits, both physically and also mentally, like treating you unfairly and like doing almost the impossible stuff, and encouraging you to give up. And the only way to make it through SEAL training is simple. You just don't quit. That's what the commander said to a whole bunch of students in Texas. When I was a phenomenal athlete who said, what can I do to make it through SEAL training? Do I have to swim more? Do I have to run more? Do I have to train more? And the commander said no. Then what is it that I have to do to make it through SEAL training? And the commander said, it's simple. You just don't quit. And that's how you make it through SEAL training. And I think that's also how you make it through life. I mean, you just don't quit. Looks like we're almost there. Gorzow, Wielkopolski. When I was at Brussels airport working, I loved to do the flights for LOT, and LOT is the national airline of Poland. Had a very friendly representative of that airline. He was a really nice guy. I forgot his name. He was Polish. Every now and then he took a flight back to Warsaw. Yeah, Polish people are like any other people. You have two kinds of people from every nationality. You have polite people and you have not so polite people. Spets. Looks like we need to be right there. Okay. Let's hope that we can do it properly. Yeah, that's one part already. Looks like I need to turn around. Oh, oops. Looks like it's better to just go here and then turn around. To this corner. Turn around again. I think we're lucky. Oh no, there's just... Oh, there are two trailers, okay. Okay, go this way. Go this way, turn left. And let us continue. Okay, let's give this a try. Let's see. No, damage penalty 2000. Not level 25 yet. Okay, so we're not ready yet. There are still a few things you need to take care of, and the first one is discover that question mark, get ourselves repaired, get some gasoline and get some sleep. Oh. Yeah. Looks like I should turn back. There we can fill up the gas tank. I'm gonna do that thing fast. Then we can sleep at the repair shop. Oh, whoa, Matt, what are you doing? Slow down. Okay, here we go. Okay, straight ahead. By the way, my housemate is at a birthday party. And, you know, the guy invited me as well, but I really want to save on my money. Until I have fixed my, my income. $1.55, that's indeed a lot cheaper than in Sweden. Too bad that we can't get outside our truck and just walk into that store. Have a look around, buy some drinks. Careful. Okay. I'm going too fast. Yeah, okay. Gorzow, Wielkopolski. I like it here. Yeah, fuck it. Looks like it's gonna be a good idea to open a garage here, since they have a WGCC. And those chemical companies, they always offer very good jobs to do. Oh, there are like multiple question marks. Okay, then I'm gonna discover the question marks first, and it looks like I made a mistake. I didn't fill up completely. Weird. What the heck? A Renault truck dealer. Yeah, I'm really surprised. Looks like I forgot to fill up entirely. Let's see what we could find over there. Even 40. Oh, but it's because of road construction. All right. Where they all come from? Hold on, man. Well, we have plenty of gas until the next break, so I'm not going back all the way to that thing there. Oh. Okay, let's get our truck fixed. Let's wave to our money. And now let's park our vehicle. And here we go. It's Friday lunchtime, but here we end our session. I would like to thank you for watching or stopping by. Unfortunately, nobody was at the live chat this time, but hopefully in the next session someone will come and say hello. Wish you all a very pleasant Monday evening, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.